Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights, will be Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on.
And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
Senhoras e senhores, os souvenirs da partida de hoje já estão à venda no saguão do estádio.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, we have a very exciting player here, Peter, in the shape of Kvaratskhelia, someone who's shown amazing adaptability and versatility wherever he's gone. You often see him hugging that left touchline, and he just adores engaging fullbacks and taking them on, and he gets a thrill out of beating players, and this guy can have a great career.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Tura. He's played it back. And here's Thuram. Lovely, now then. Now chance!
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
They've played it short.
Cross to the back post. Borussia Dortmund have the chance to go the other way.
I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Jose, now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's fabulous. Cucurella crosses.
Van der Ven attempts a clearance.
Gravenberg, whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
No change to the score, 0-0 it remains.
Now it's Mbappe. Caicedo.
Botafogo really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making...
Mbappe! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Kimmich plays it short.
Now it's Kimmich. And he's had a hit! Oh, another save.
Gravenberch really must be thinking what more he could have done there. It's another inspired save.
Bellingham. And it's Gravenberch. Caicedo. Now that looks a decent ball. Pass somewhat off target. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Borussia Dortmund clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And no, that was never going to make it. That's a look and plays it forward. Mbappe. Bellingham. Aims beyond the defence. And he welcomes it in. Can he finish? Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And it's Borussia Dortmund who take the lead. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Kvaratskhelia. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Looking to play him in, and that could set him on his way. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Eze. That is good alertness. Bellingham. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Bellingham. Out towards the flank. And Gravenberch. He's on it. Can he get away? And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too